Ochun has a lot to do with war as well. In the 𝗃𝗶𝗹𝗃𝗃𝗃, or the 𝗃𝗶𝗹𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, was where the gentleman was facing a war, right? An imminent war. And he, in some versions of the story, actually occupied a land of women, right? So he was like, how do I go to war with an army full of women, or, majority women? I don't have many male soldiers. Like, things aren't looking very good. So he visited 𝗹𝗶𝗸𝗲. He performed divination for him. 𝗃𝗶𝗹𝗃𝗃 was revealed, where Ifa told him to perform sacrifice to 𝗃𝗶𝗶𝗃𝗃, or the feminine ancestors, right? And when that was done, spiritualities actually presented themselves in front of him. I believe they said it was 3. And they said, "You've summoned us." And he said, "Yes, I have quite a predicament. I'm about to be invaded upon. I have a bunch of women, that are nursing and pregnant, and, I have very few male soldiers. I really don't know what to do here. I think we're going to get annihilated here." And that didn't happen at all. So who he actually summoned were the Amazons. Now, mind you, in Africa, there is no Amazon. But that concept of the warrior women, or Wonder Woman, he got a whole army of them, right? And when it was time to, engage, they decimated the opposing force. What's the movie about Benin with the, is it Warrior Queen?
Oh, with the Viola Davis.
Yes.
It's about the Dahomey tribe.
Yeah, the Dahomey. Yeah.
Woman King.
It's Woman King. Yeah. So that's all in this 𝗃𝗶𝗹𝗃𝗃𝗃. It's the Ifa of the Amazons. So that concept of the warrior woman, the woman soldier, all of those things. And he won the war because of it. So whether you look at, the kingdom of Benin, or any other culture that had, that kind of feminine force, it was actually a much more decisive victory than any other one in Ifa has been identified, because, maybe other than the one in 𝗃𝗶𝗹𝗃𝗃 that we're going to talk about, but, they did it so precisely. They just focused on the opposition, and they were able to move on with their lives. And from that day forward, the king, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, could call on them whenever he needed them. That's why in the 𝗃𝗶𝗹𝗃𝗃𝗃, it speaks of 𝗃𝗶𝗶𝗃𝗃. It speaks of the captain of the feminine 𝗃𝗂s, right? Because he was the one that was able to call upon them and get an ideal result. So it speaks of that for sure. So as well, when we're talking about Ochun with war, it spoke of a battle that was going to occur. And it was going to be a lot of bloodshed, a lot of nonsense. And it was really unfortunate because the 2 clans were family. And when that occurred, divination was done from a celestial standpoint, and the 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗃 was revealed, where they were told to perform sacrifice to the Orisha Oshun with honey, right, or make offerings of it, apart from whatever else she asked for. And when they did that, she said, "Hey, I'll handle this war, no problem. You watch, nothing's going to happen." And they said, "I don't know, these people are pretty vicious, like they're angry." And she's like, "Don't worry about it, I'm going to handle it. Not one drop of blood is going to happen or spill." And they were like, "Man, she's done for.